G'day guys, Luke here from Tech Blokes, and I've picked up the brand new Chromecast with Google TV, and this is the Australian version, and it is slightly different to the American version and the UK version, just with the software that comes included. But I want to show you what's inside the box. We'll do a quick unboxing, and then I'm going to run you through how to actually set the device up and all of the actual streaming services that you will be able to use once you've got your new Chromecast set up. So quickly, let's unbox this thing and have a look at it and see all the goodies that we get inside. So I'm just going to quickly take this off. Been waiting for this one to come for a little while. The Google Pixel 5 and Google Pixel 4a and 4a 5G are both available as well. Haven't got those yet, but do plan to check those out. So if you're interested in seeing those, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, so inside the box, pretty straightforward. We've got the actual Chromecast itself, and what we get now that we didn't used to get is a small remote. So keen to check that out. It looks pretty cool the way it all works. We've got the standard paperwork, and what we have in the box, which is a little bit different to the previous Chromecasts, is we have a USB Type-C charger. So my apologies guys, it's actually just a standard USB, but the other end is USB Type-C, so that actually goes into the Chromecast itself. And then basically we do get some batteries, so that's always a nice little bonus. So pop those in the remote in just a second. Okay, so this is the Australian version of the charger. Now, previously with the older Chromecasts, you could actually just use the power that comes from the USB port on your TV. So I'm going to test that out. Apparently it doesn't work anymore. You have to actually use the power adapter that comes in the box. Just looking at it, it is a 5-volt charger. I reckon it might still work just from the power from the USB, but I'll test that out and let you guys know. So nothing too fancy there, pretty straightforward. Looks like a decent sized cable. Let's have a look at that. Okay, yeah, looking at this, it's probably about just over a meter. And again, good quality from Google. They always have good quality cables. So I'll pop that one aside. All right, so let's open the actual device itself. Again, this is the Australian version. Now, if you're looking at getting one, I shopped around. They're all $99. You're not gonna get any cheaper than that, unfortunately. Some nice packaging, which is good. Okay, so you can see it's just a nice sort of flat oval shape. Got the G on the top there, and then on the other end we just have the HDMI cable. It's very light actually, and then on the back you can see, if I can get that to focus, you can see that there's just a pairing button on the back, and that's where our Type-C cable goes, just here. There we go. So you can see we've got obviously a wheel at the top here with a center clicky button. We've got the Google Assistant button, back button, home, mute. I love that it's got mute. It's got YouTube, Netflix, power, and I'm guessing this is, I don't actually know what that's for yet, so we'll come back to that one. I've also got, looks like a volume rocker on the side. That's awesome. I didn't know that was there. So let's grab the free batteries that Google gave us. I love that they actually give you some batteries. Most of the time you don't get that with new devices anymore. Put that on. Now I'll just quickly talk about the remote. It is, it feels really solid. It's really well made. The buttons are really clicky. They feel really, really good. And yeah, I don't know. Look, I honestly haven't really watched any other reviews on this yet, but that feels like some kind of scroll wheel. So there we go guys, pretty straightforward. You've got the dongle and the remote and the charger. What I'm gonna do now, I'm actually up in the studio. I'm just gonna grab, there's an old TV hanging on the wall here. I'm gonna unplug the Chromecast that I've already got set up, and then I'm going to run you through the setup process on my Pixel. And then what we'll do is we'll move the camera over so we can see the TV and the interface. All right, let's get into it. All right guys, just got my Pixel here. So you can see in the back of my TV, this is the existing Chromecast. And you can see I've got USB power and then the Chromecast plugged in there into the HDMI. Again, I don't have that running into a power source at all, which is really handy. It just means I don't have to have another thing plugged in behind the back of the TV. So I'm hoping that the new Chromecast will do the same thing and I don't have to have an actual power plug running into the wall. But based on some of the things I read on Reddit, I think that is not the case. So I'll just pause the video quickly. I'll plug this in and see what happens. Okay guys, I've got it plugged in and unfortunately I've got some bad news. I'm getting this error coming up on the TV. So it's saying to me that I can't plug it in like this. It has to actually be plugged into the power. Bit of a bummer, but I just thought I'd try it out anyways. All right guys, so had to plug in straight to the AC and that's now going across here to the Chromecast. So there we go. So getting a nice flashing logo up on the screen now. So what we're gonna do is just have a quick look, set it up on my Pixel and get it up and running. Alrighty guys, so finally got the Chromecast set up. I actually had a little bit of trouble getting this set up initially. For some reason it just wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi I've got in my studio. So I had to actually set up a hotspot without a password. Once I did that, it was all good. It downloaded some updates. And then depending on how many services you have, so I had to set up Netflix, YouTube logged in automatically. Stan is an Australian streaming service. I don't have that one. I don't have Prime Video, but I do have Disney Plus, and also 9Now is a free streaming service in Australia, and so is 7plus and iView. So you do have to log in with those. It's actually really, really simple. The process takes no time at all. Each of the services will give you like a URL, and then you go to the URL, and then it gives you a 6-digit code, and then you input that 6-digit code, and then you're all good after you do that. Now, the remote is actually really good. It's actually a lot better than what I thought it would be. When you go through the setup process, initially it asks what kind of brand TV you have, and it actually allows you to turn the TV on and off once it's gone through the initial process. And you can also use the volume rocker on the side to update the volume either on your TV, or if you've got a soundbar, you can do it on the soundbar as well. So that's really good. I kind of thought it just might be like the older Chromecast where you can only change the volume through the Chromecast itself, but you can crank it right up on the TV if that's something that you want to do. Now, as far as everything else goes, so you've got the Google Assistant, so I can just go something like this. So I hold the button, play the latest Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
Sure, playing the album The Getaway on Spotify.
Alright, so there we go. Now, what you can also do, you can ask it to obviously play something through Netflix. So if I go, play The Mandalorian on Disney. And you can see it'll jump across to that particular streaming. Really cool the way it works. It's really cool, you know, if there's something that you watch regularly. So my wife and I are big into The Block. So if I go, show me the latest episode of The Block. Again, you can see it'll just jump across and start playing that service. So for 99 bucks, I actually think this is a really, really good setup. I think Google has really thought a lot about all of the different streaming services that we have. It also, what's really cool is if you use YouTube quite a bit, like I do, it'll give you a feed of like videos that you watch regularly. You can see, obviously, I'm watching a lot of videos about tech, and you know, you can obviously watch those straight through your TV as well. I also really like that if there's a movie, you can watch a preview of that movie. I can't think, okay, so if we go to this one here, you can see I can watch it on Netflix, but I can also watch the trailer. I can add it to a watch list, and you know, you can say if you've watched it or not as well. So, all in all, I think it's a really good value proposition for $99. Again, I just had some weird setup issues. I don't know why that happened. I think maybe it was something to do with the like the access point I have in the studio. When I took it inside and did the whole process again with my home router, I had absolutely no issues. I've got an Asus router inside, worked almost straight away, didn't have any connection problems. So just if you have any issues with your access point, I would suggest that you just remove the password off the access point or do a mobile hotspot, and that will help you get through the process. So there we go guys. You can pick one up from JB Hi-Fi, any of your electronic retailers, and yeah, next video I'll probably be checking out either the new iPhone or the new Pixel series. So if you're interested, make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a comment below if you've got any questions about this particular device, and I'll be happy to help you out. Thanks guys, cheers.